So we had a front that came through this morning. It did bring some cloudiness. There's the somewhat cloudy start to the morning with the sunrise shot taken by Warren Fault there in Jolly View. Of course, temperatures were above freezing this morning. A nice change of pace. Most of us were only in the 40s to start our day. Here's a beautiful shot of the countryside, of course, encased in that ice, that from Margaret Johnson. So we made it up to a high of 56 at the airport today. Certainly nice to be back in bonus territory with a good amount of sunshine. We're 48 currently. The wind speeds are coming down. We did have some gusts over 20 miles an hour behind that front throughout the course of the day. With clear skies and dry air, we'll certainly settle well into the 20s tonight. 43 the current number at the Valley Airport in Weir's Cave, touching 50 for the afternoon high. And you can see most of us now are in the 40s area wide. Mountains are much colder in the 30s, and we'll see those temperatures, as mentioned, fall back into the 20s tonight with those clear skies and dry air as high pressure builds in from the west. So again, be mindful with the refreeze and the melting that we saw today. There's going to be more of those icy patches that we'll have to deal with going forward. Now, tomorrow is a chillier day. No 50s. We're basically in the low and mid 40s across the region. The wind should be fairly light here for tomorrow, so still the temperatures above freezing as we go through the rest of the week. And it looks like we'll jump into the 50s again for Valentine's Day. How sweet. However, still watching Sunday. And right now, there's a battle between how much cold air is going to try to drain down the eastern seaboard prior to this moisture getting here. And the temperatures are pretty marginal right now. So generally here on a Wednesday, both the European and the American GFS model, there are others, are really highlighting rain. That's not to say at the onset there couldn't be a little wintry mix to begin with, but we'll have an area of low pressure come out of the Tennessee River Valley and then head toward the coast. But there's no real entrenched cold air where this thing can work with, but it still needs to be watched, and that we will over the next several days. In the meantime, the front that came through this morning is off to our south and east. High pressure will build in from the Ohio Valley. Some of the energy for the weekend storm for Sunday right now is impacting California in the west. Snows in the Sierras, rain elsewhere. That'll pull out into the Four Corners, and then by Friday there'll be more in the way of rain developing across the Plain States, and then that will be moving in our direction as we head towards Sunday. But there's no Arctic air across the lower 48 right now. That's bottled well to the north. So again, we're talking about temperatures chilling down, but nothing harshly cold. So we'll start in the 20s tomorrow morning. Again, there will certainly be some icy patches. Temperatures tomorrow afternoon in the low and mid 40s, a chillier day, and then upper teens to mid 20s for Friday, but a nice Friday the 13th with highs in the 40s. And as mentioned, a pretty nice day here for Saturday as we jump back in the 50s. 20s tonight. Watch those icy spots. There's a look at the Michael and Son 7-day forecast. Temperatures will continue above average until and of course tomorrow is still below, but then temperatures on Sunday will be below average. But look at next week. All trends are right now that we're going to have a mild stretch next week with temperatures back in the 50s and 60s even.
And the ice perhaps all gone.
It's going to still take a while.
Fingers crossed.
All right, Eric, thank you.